everybody. It's good to be back. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your weekend forecast from August 25th through the 27th. I should be back with regular weekend forecasts and work week forecasts. Work week forecasts come out on Monday. Weekend forecasts come out Friday morning. Maybe I might move the the work week forecast to Sunday afternoon or evening if I can get my act together. I'm not entirely sure about that. But anyway, back from my travels this summer. Good to be back. I'm glad to be with you and back forecasting. So yeah, weather has been, obviously, you've all been through the ringer this summer. Certainly, I observed that from away. It is raining once again, although it's been pretty dry this week. And our rain is, we've gotten some rain here overnight. It's wrapping up the heaviest, steadiest of the rain today. I'm going to take a closer look in at radar. But basically, we kind of have this dome of hot weather basically over the center part of the country, big dome of high pressure, and then around it we have kind of this boundary between what's really just the oppressively hot weather and a much cooler air to the northwest and to the northeast. And so this boundary is kind of where the storm's kind of right up over the top of this big dome and then head in our direction. The heat dome is breaking down and it will not continue much longer across the central part of the country. At least the northern part of it is going to kind of be pushed south. But we're kind of in this boundary area. And while we have moved the heaviest of the precipitation out now, there's another kind of pulse heading in this direction, and we're still in the boundary area, this kind of northwest flow, where we'll continue with the moist flow today and tomorrow. But the heaviest of the rain is over, although rain chances will continue today and tomorrow as we look at the weekend forecast. If we look at this on clouds, you can really see this kind of the clockwise flow around this high pressure area here. Obviously, big clockwise flow that's kind of moved moisture in across the west coast. That included the tropical system last week that impacted California and a lot of the rest of the western United States, particularly the southwestern United States. Monsoon season here across the desert southwest. And then we've got some thunderstorms here across the northern part of the United States along the northern edge of that. And then basically as the cooler air kind of dips around and cuts off through the northeast, it provides these impulses. Like I said, you've got one here that's coming through today. It's not moving particularly quick. It will leave some showers potentially, and then we've got another one that's going to reinforce a little bit tomorrow. The one tomorrow won't bring nearly as much steady rain. It'll be more of the showery variety of rain. If we take a look at that closer in radar, you can see it rained pretty good last night, and the front is still sort of, and the front here on the map is not really much of a warm/cold front. Especially here, I do not know why we've got this drawn as a warm front. There's not really warm air surging north, but anyway, nonetheless, there's not really a sweeping cold front with this. This isn't a cold front that's really sweeping in a big air mass change or anything like that. It's just sort of a focal point for all of this precipitation here. And so, as you can see, that's going to head out, and then we've got some showers left behind it. Some of those could still be briefly heavier, but for the most part, the consistency of the rain will decrease basically from this point on forward throughout the morning. And then we're into showery precipitation chances. By this afternoon, it's basically not a lot of precipitation chance. Cloudy weather, a little bit of drizzle around still, kind of, it's not exactly pleasant weather, but not bad weather, really, not rainy weather. If you're outside, you don't need an umbrella, really. You just need to be prepared for it to be cloudy. Here's the giant heat dome across the central part of the country. You can see the northwest flow that's headed in our direction. That's protected us from the really crazy hot weather that has happened, particularly yesterday. The last couple of days, there's been dew points in the upper mid to upper 80s in a couple spots in Illinois and Iowa. That is just low 70s dew points is when it feels super oppressive. So those are just dew points you just do not see. 80-degree dew points are pretty rare. And there's been tons of them, and not even low 80s in some of the places across here. Now, that is where it gets often some of the most humid weather, particularly there's a lot of theories out there about how the corn that's grown across that part of the country, the way that it evaporatively cools and things like that, and the way that it gives off moisture and the way that it grows causes the dew points to go up a little higher than they normally would. But anyways, yeah, really, really nasty weather in terms of heat across the central part of the country. I mean, it's obviously hot and humid as well across the part of the country that always is hot and humid across the southern United States this time of the year. But again, really bad, particularly Iowa, Missouri, Illinois was just terrible the last few days. That is going to break down. It's not headed in our direction. That's good. Actually, with this second storm, with the second system, we are going to reinforce the cooler air across this northeastern United States, and it's going to lead to a couple of real pleasant days. A little bit of an early fall feel. Still temperatures with sun on Sunday, and then that'll continue into Monday and the early part of next week. If we take a quick look at your overall forecast, Friday, that's today, obviously, morning rain, the steady rain, sprinkles possible throughout the day. Overnight, without any heating from the day, I think we mostly stay dry overnight tonight, but the clouds will hang around, temperatures in the low 60s tonight. Tomorrow, sprinkles. We could see a peak of sun. Tomorrow's a better day than today, but still not a great day. Definitely a day, if you want to get outside and do some stuff tomorrow, that's certainly going to be fine. Sprinkles will be more likely in the afternoon. Could have a brief heavier shower possibly tomorrow afternoon as well, with a little bit of heating of the day. If we get any sun, again, sun's pretty unlikely. I wouldn't expect much of it, just a couple of peaks through the clouds. Not a terrible day, not a day to like cancel everything outside, but probably definitely not a beach day, and you got to be prepared to be wet. Overnight things clear, or at least the rain clears out, and eventually by morning we actually do start to clear out some. Temperatures fall back into the mid 50s, as we do have a little bit of a front that comes through the second system that really does kind of usher in a cooler, drier air mass. Sunday, mostly sunny on Sunday, and things are much better. Temperature around 70 degrees, a pleasant day on Sunday, and then we cool off pretty significantly overnight as we clear out. Temperatures in the upper 40s. That's where really that kind of early fall feel is in the air. And we've definitely seen a little bit of that already this summer as we head towards the end of August. Weekend highlights: leftover showers from last night linger through this morning. Clouds will remain as well. There's a chance of showers this afternoon. Tomorrow brings less rain, but clouds remain. And afternoon showers will be around tomorrow, so just kind of be aware of that. Saturday could feature a peak or two of sun between the clouds, but again, not exactly what we're going to see dominate the weather. And Sunday brings a very pleasant late summer, early fall day feel with lots of sunshine. Sunday is definitely the pick of the outdoor of your weekend for the outdoor activities. So yeah, if you want to take a hike or get to the beach. It's a little chilly for beach weather, although certainly, this is Vermont. We go to the beach in any kind of weather. That kind of thing. Sunday would be your best day of the weekend. All right. Like I said, I will be back on a regular basis now on Friday mornings and on Monday mornings. I also do my weekend forecasts on Wednesdays for my patrons. If you're interested in what that entails, you can certainly take a look in the description below. I'll be back as significant weather happens as well, and hopefully I've got a few ideas for some plans that I've been trying to get implemented for a decent amount of time here over the last couple of years that hopefully will happen in terms of website stuff mostly and things like that. So I got some ideas for that. So hopefully that happens this fall as we continue. And thanks for just supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. It's great to do this as a mostly hobby, a little bit of a sort of part-time job as well. It's really cool that I get a chance to do it. And I appreciate your support by watching the videos and things like that make that happen. All right. I will be back, like I said, on Monday with a look at your work week forecast for next week.